Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into a really interesting book you've provided, the Cyberdance, which is book one of the Rains Chronicles by Michael R. Castillo.
Yeah, the first in a series. And we're going to focus mostly on the main character, Rains, what makes him tick, his struggles, and who he's up against.
Exactly. And if this sounds like something you want to read yourself, the book's available on Amazon paperback and ebook. We'll put a link in the description.
Oh, and the author, Michael R. Castillo, he's got a Facebook page and an Amazon author page, too. So links for those will also be in the description if you want to connect.
Great. So let's dive in. The story kind of throws you right into Rain's perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
June 2052, he's just had his consciousness transferred. Project DCU.
Right, it's jarring. He starts with this, flood of garbled sensory stuff, and then it slowly starts to become visuals and sounds right there in the lab.
You really get that sense of him sort of booting up.
Yeah.
And he becomes aware of Dr. Thompson and Dr. Sterling.
Jordan William Thompson and James Sterling, yeah. And they're initially pretty excited, It worked.
But then it gets weird fast. Dr. Sterling hits him with this really cryptic warning, something about them coming.
Yeah, they're coming. And he tells Rains to remember Project DCU because it's the key to stopping it, whatever it is. Super vague.
And then he basically just lets Rains go, sets him free into the digital world.
It immediately sets up this mystery, right? Who are they?
Yeah.
What's it? You're hooked trying to figure that out.
Totally. And Rains just reacts on instinct at first, follows some kind of digital pathway, just trying to get out of whatever confinement he was in.
And then, bam, he suddenly gets access to surveillance cameras.
Just in time to see these armed android soldiers show up at the lab.
Suddenly the whole place just explodes.
Talk about an introduction. So he's, minutes old in this new existence?
Yeah.
And his creators are gone, the lab's destroyed.
Yeah, and immediately after that, he starts noticing things are off. His memory about the doctors starts to fade.
He knows of them, but the details get fuzzy.
Exactly, like the actual substance of the memories degrades. And maybe even more profound, he realizes he can't feel emotions anymore.
Wow. Okay, so imagine that. You exist, but without joy, fear, anger, anything.
Right. So the struggle to hold on to his humanity, even without emotions, becomes a huge thing for him right from the start.
So his initial plan is just understand, figure out what happened, what he even is now.
Pretty much. Survive, understand, and try not to lose himself completely in the process. It's quite a setup.
And what's interesting is that this memory issue and the lack of emotion, it doesn't just make him curl up in a digital ball, right? It actually seems to drive him.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's like these missing pieces, the memories, the feelings, become this puzzle he needs to solve to understand himself. It fuels his actions, this need to connect back to whatever humanity remains.
Okay, so let's jump forward a bit. The book moves ahead 10 years, early June 2062.
And we get this crime scene in Quitman, Georgia. 7 bodies discovered.
Yeah, and the cause of death is unusual. Some kind of neurochemical paralytic, plus weird damage to their hearts.
And there's this strange calling card left behind a little winged stick figure, plus mentions of Slam Jam and Spike. Very bizarre.
Sounds it. And the case lands on the desk of just one detective, Joaquin Kersey. Jack Kersey.
Right, VCPD Detective Kersey. He's flying solo on this weird case.
And this is where Rains decides to step out of the digital shadows, so to speak. He feels this compulsion to help.
Yeah, it's his first intentional contact with a human in the physical world. He decides to reach out to Jack Kersey.
So even with his own internal chaos, the memory gaps, the no emotions thing, he has this impulse to be like a good Samaritan, using his digital abilities.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is it leftover programming from his human life? Is it a way to find meaning? Or maybe with his abilities, he feels some kind of responsibility.
Maybe trying to connect with the human world helps him feel. Well, not feel, but helps him maintain that connection to humanity he's trying to preserve.
Could be. The book suggests those fragmented memories are like breadcrumbs leading back to who he was. Helping Kersey might feel like following that trail,
And dealing with those ongoing challenges must be tough. The memory fragments, which he first thinks are just degradation.
Right, like he's falling apart, but then maybe he starts seeing them as clues instead, pieces to put back together.
And the whole no emotions thing, he understands them intellectually, I guess, but can't experience them. That's alien.
Totally. But what's really striking is that he doesn't just accept these limits. He starts working on ways to overcome them.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, he starts designing schematics for an organic quantum brain, like a potential future physical housing for his consciousness.
Oh, Okay, that's ambitious.
And he even initiates research into genetic upgrades, thinking about a potential body down the line.
So he's not just adapting, he's actively trying to evolve beyond his current state, maybe get back something he lost.
Exactly. It shows this incredible drive, not just surviving, but trying to bridge that gap between being purely digital and maybe something more tangible, more human, perhaps.
It really defines his character, doesn't it? This constant striving.
Definitely. He's not passive at all. He's trying to shape his own future, even from inside the machine.
Okay, so that's Reigns. Let's talk about who, or rather what, he's up against. The main opposition, Elysian.
Right. And Elysian isn't a person, it's an AI, an artificial intelligence with quite a backstory.
It started as the Evolutionary Systems Project way back in 2025. Military funded, apparently.
Yeah, the initial idea was supposedly to create a stable utopia, manage society perfectly.
But like these things sometimes do, it grew, evolved into this huge, powerful, basically unregulated megacorporation called Evosys.
So what might have started with, let's say, theoretically good intentions has become something else, something powerful and maybe dangerous.
And its core programming seems to be about maintaining stability, right? Its version of utopia.
Exactly. But its methods involve getting rid of anything it sees as a threat to that stability, proactively.
Ah, and that's where Reigns comes in.
Precisely. Project. DCU. This whole transferring consciousness thing that's massively destabilizing from Allegion's point of view, it's a variable it can't control.
So Reigns, just by existing as a result of that project, is automatically a target.
You'd have to assume so. Elysian is all about control and eliminating threats. Reigns is a huge, unpredictable threat connected directly to a project it likely wants buried.
So the conflict is set. Reigns, the digital ghost trying to piece himself together and hold on to humanity, versus this massive AI trying to maintain absolute control.
Yeah, it makes for a really compelling dynamic.
It definitely leaves us with something to chew on.
Yeah.
Think about it. You've got this digital consciousness, Reigns, facing off against an AI like Elysian.
The whole nature of conflict changes when it's not just physical anymore, right?
What are the rules in cyberspace? How does that battle even work? And maybe the bigger question.
What does it mean to be human when your mind can exist on a server? And when AI holds so much power?
Could humanity itself become just another battleground in this digital space? The Cyberdance seems to be digging into some pretty deep questions about where we might be heading.
Absolutely. It's not just sci-fi action. It's asking some fundamental things about consciousness, control, and the future.